Fiddly lamp parts. Jessica Parks had asked about this, how everything goes together. Over here in the States, we're on standard threads. Overseas, I believe where she is, if you're in the UK, you're in down under. Okay. Over here, this is a porcelain socket. So this pipe would thread into here. I have a cardboard insulator. The wire comes through the pipe and it screws onto these little screws here. Okay. And it doesn't really matter, positive, negative. It's alternating current and it's only 2 wires. So there's a little chance of going wrong unless you're having to deal with a ground wire. Okay. But what it is it's the threads are different over there. Okay, so basically it's a pipe and a nut. And this is a vase cap. This is the kind I like. She showed a picture of a smaller one. This is a 6 3/4 inch vase cap. Okay, if you make a shade, you can solder it on, okay, everywhere the shade touches. And if you're worried about weight, okay, you're worried about pulling it off, I always put a good coat of solder on the inside, also connecting the top of the shade to the vase cap. You can run some wire along the inside of a line on the inside of the shade, wrap it around, and solder to the vase cap to alleviate the weight factor. So that's your pipe, a couple of nuts, okay, and then you wind up having a loop. And there's different sizes. A small one. This is a big honking one, okay, and it basically just screws on here. I'm trying to get it. It would thread right on there. This is a cheap one. I wouldn't use one like this for anything that had some weight. I would be more like, at the very least, something like this, but it just screws onto the pipe. Okay, that's how it works. See, I've got a whole bunch of parts here that I use, that I keep, and some of these I've salvaged from God knows where. Okay, it's a nut. It screws onto the threaded pipe. They call them nipples. I don't know why, but they call them nipples. Okay, and then it would go through the cap, and then this screws onto. Okay, and that's all there is really to it. Okay, so you'd have the socket on here. Now this is a globe holder. If your shade is deep enough and wide enough that you can put a little globe and get your fingers up in here to unscrew these, to put the globe on there. You want to have this come down a little bit so you'd have a longer pipe. I get the pipe in like 36-inch lengths, and I cut it down, put this in a vise, have a nut, okay, on both sides of where I'm making the cut. Because when you cut through with a hacksaw, you have a tendency to bugger the threads, and you need to use the nut to reset the threads and file down the roughness. Now, what she showed me in the picture, this is a European socket. I don't know, UK, Australia, whatever. It's kind of cute because over here in the States, this used to be how a lot of your automotive light bulbs fit into sockets, you see. Now this thing just unscrews. Alright, and we get it unscrewed, and this is really cool. Okay, so the collar comes off, that comes off. See these little things press down? Now, if we can see this, the wire goes through here in the bottom. You strip off just enough. There's a little set screw right here, and that's where the wire is. So you would unscrew that slightly. You don't want to lose that little. You don't want to lose that little screw. But basically, that's what happens. Is you unscrew it, not completely, and you can pull the wire out. See that? That's a little dimple. See? That's a little dimple where the wire goes. And that little screw is what holds it. I'm trying to do this in the camera. See? And that's how you wire the European sockets. Now, like I said, the threads are different. I can't put this pipe into the bottom of this socket without it buggering the threads. See, this one doesn't even, see, slides right through because the threads are different over there. So, but that's what you do, and that's how it goes together. Now you can make lamp bases with longer pipe. You know, it's just a base. I've got all kinds of parts that I've cannibalized and I'll save, and I can cobble together a lamp base if I need one. One thing else I'm gonna share with you guys since I got you here. Now this is, over here in the States we have lamp harps. If you're using a harp on a base, and a lot of people do this, they put the reducer or they put this on, okay, and it's really kind of wobbly, it's not secure. Here in the States, the harps have their size marked on the inside of the harp. I don't know if you can see this or not. This is a 6, okay, or it's on the outside. So this is a 6-inch harp. I usually use a 7 or a 7.5, but this is just for demonstration. Now this is a reducer, okay. It goes on this little thread, and for the sake of argument, okay, so this is the same thing here. This is all pipe fittings. This is a barrel. This screws into the barrel, right? It screws into the barrel all the way, right? And this is your threaded pipe, your nipple. That screws into the barrel all the way. And you can get these shorter. This is just what I happen to have on hand to use for the demonstration. Screw it in all the way, and you can use these nuts. You can use a couple of nuts, okay, because a lot of times your vase cap isn't quite that deep, okay. So this would screw on, see. So this screws onto here, see, all the way down on a lamp harp like this, okay, like that. Then the vase cap goes on there, right? Then the finial will go on. Finials come in all different shapes and sizes. What's important is that the threads match up. So over here in the States, you know, if you buy a pipe in California, chances are it's going to fit the harp and the pipe in Chicago or New York. See, so that's a lot more sturdy, a lot more stable. Okay, that's what those pieces are for. Okay, thank you. God bless. Good night.